More than 2,014 years old. What the hell?
Yeah.
We are old farts.
Dude, people born in 98 are like
Giving birth.
Do we need that fan?
They are old farts. Giving birth.
I give birth to all kinds of new
Andrew, it's the circle of farts, and it moves us all. Right. Actually, a circle of children is one of the most successful places I know.
Where are we? Where are we, ladies and gentlemen? Somewhere. We're at Carry On at Cush in Eugene, Oregon, United States of America, July 1st, 2014. Amen. Amen. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right. On three, let's all do it home for the people on the internet. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Awesome. You're all original. You're all real. And you're all lovely just the way you are. Welcome to Carry On at Cush, a live open mic poetry reading taking place in Eugene, Oregon every Tuesday. Broadcast live, streaming on the internet, on YouTube. Go to YouTube, put in Cush Cafe. You will find us. Every 8 we're live. Josh is always doing interesting live things. Let's hear a round of applause for Josh and Cush. All right. All the hard-working people that break this happen. This is your house every Tuesday for your exploration of how you define poetry, which we're defining as the primary language of the human heart. So, get up here. Don't preface your stuff. We don't care when you wrote it, how you wrote it, who you wrote it with or for. Just burn, baby, burn. Here's why. You might get hit by a bus tomorrow. Are you going to walk out of here saying, I scored, I nailed it, I hit it? Or are you going to say, oh, I'll be better next week? Those are the two options. There's no failure here. If you get up here, burn. Listen to me. Burn. We're all here. You're not important. You're not important. You're definitely not important. And I'm certainly not important. But we can do amazing things because we are important. Here's a poem I wrote. It's brand spanking debut new, but I've been working on it for a while. I break my own rule right there. It's untitled. I dedicate this to James.
All right. Right on, James.
The derelicts line up in the stink of the grimy pavement to take their turn at the bum slot machine. You know, the recycling machine. They wait with twitching frenzy like gamblers at a ribbon-cutting ceremony for a new casino. It is their chance for riches. A nickel here, a nickel there. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. The open hole of the recycle box, as symbolic as the slot machine's rigid arm. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And then the machine breaks. Kyle to the recycling center. Kyle to the recycling center. Just as you are next in the checkout line, now you are the gambler with the losing ticket. You lost. You picked the wrong line. Because now they need to give Kyle a key or a tool, or he needs some giant industrial plastic bags or whatever. And the concrete smells worse than shit spread directly from the ass of a dog onto your upper lip. I'm not talking about any dog either. The sticky sidewalk reeks like the bowels of Cerberus himself, the three-headed monster guarding the gates of Hades. And this is a definite sort of hell. Now, I don't play the bum slot machine. I just throw my nickels away, right into the trash. I throw my recycling into the garbage. I don't even remove the cap of the bottle before I do it. Let the dump sort it out. Who the fuck cares? because it is infinitely better to throw it out than spend even a moment in derelict hell in front of the machine, thinking that this is doing one goddamn good thing for the planet, or humans, or critters, or bums. The debut of Untitled, dedicated to James.
Excellent. Thank you.
In Oregon, we have these recycling machines, and it stinks like high holy hell, and it's not pleasant, and they should come up with a better system, I think. Editorial brought to you by Kit at Carry On and Cush! All right, we got a lot of people. Let's roll them through. No fanfare. Austin, get up here and knock us out. Get up here. He's sitting cross-legged in the corner. Here's your moment to shine. You've got 7 minutes, people. At that time, my alarm goes off. You will be booed and heckled off the stage. So, stopwatch on. Austin, go.
All right, this one's called Crayon. I told you yesterday, messing off in the park with genteel ideal maneuvers in the dark about a daring but petulant pop art plan. To see if I can withstand the week-long water fast followed by a liberal dosing of LSD in a full serving of the whole 64 or 128 box of Crayola crayons.
Go, brother.
They will obtusely bemute the merits of the palette based on prioritized archaic diatribes of latent practicality with no mentions of the ohm of the dancing gnomes in the park in the dark. Such a breadth of to harden and dry the puke palette, bringing to mind pompous, soaring synthesizer bliss fieldscapes. I await the day that they would play the scapegoat soiree, all for a brother just carrying on in his own way.
Carry on.
But if I was conscious of all the constructs being set up in my own home nonetheless, my brittle teeth and toes would tit clatter and cry from eating my own lies. Honestly, I would rather eat crayons. Another brief one called Cursive. Watch and wish. Anticipating kernels, perfectly comfortable in every position, even with the missing strings. I missed those bumps that protruded when she used to sing. The notes would hit in such a way to that of curdling dandelions through a siphon in my trachea. Eventually, evenly distributed Avasky succulent petals of the octave, while many a maneuverous manualist reiterate the language of love to little more than pedantic sonnets and manipulative murmurs to Moldavite mamas.
Wow.
However, real nubile knowing lies here in the mammalian grunt modality of communication. Dig this whole dialogue thing, and yeah, it's less a cakewalk and more a waterfest. Breaking a mass glass on glass on glass, most fragile when read than said, in any language etched in your Akasha baby head.
Oh, yeah.
I just abandoned her today. Really only today. It was nice. Though in all honesty of physicality, I haven't seen her in a week. Still, we got these holograms of my own holistic persistence. So, wholeheartedly, no. She'll be back tomorrow, such as why tonight is nice. Conceit to worrying obsolete complete. Merely sweet peas and art gallery boxed wine is all to feel suffice. Between the crafts a Blue Lotus amplifies, and sprites rematerialized from many a night's previous open mics. Sentient Santi reminded me where I was that night, and as per norm, rustic introspection brought her projection back to sight. With this diluted insight, walking a hill under my stolen bike, I wondered if it would be just as nice to see if I could abandon her twice.
Thank you, Austin. Let's roll. Coming up, we have Andrew James Bix. Andrew, get up here and shine, brother. And make sure your phones are turned off, ringers off.
Yeah, mine goes off. It was for you.
All right.
How's it going, everybody? This is enlightenment. Words like babies uttering unintelligible garble. Scream, rip, emote at the eyes of my paintbrush yelling, paint me. Though there is no image to mirror, no diamond-esque refraction to replicate to the ear, but just abstractions, paradoxes, yelling for the tongues to be interpreted. As if life could be experienced more objectively apart from my eyes. As if the tangible would be more real if I did not feel, as if words would be more clear if they did not need meaning. But I'm screaming in my dreaming because I can't wake up. And I can't get out of the reality that I'm in, that lays before me an empty canvas, awaiting my interpretive dance. But I'm still here, now, in shock, not knowing where to start, what part to begin with. I need an umbrella to protect me from the pouring words on the page, each one crashing into me like a semi into a pregnant mother. Crash, I burn, and my previous conceptions are inadvertently aborted. Because all the truths of life, death, the world, the heavenly hemisphere written on a page will not keep people from killing each other over it. Though with the same ears they hear the same words. When those letters, symbols, phrases, distant and relevant truths are internalized, digested, they come out of the butts of the believers as weapons to debate each other with. Noxious truth though it is, truth is not seen the same way by any two pair of eyes. Even if they affirm to see the same thing, they see the same thing in their own way. Because I cannot, as a godlike ghost, transcend myself to see myself in the eyes of someone else and to see the world through any eyes except my own. And what difference does it make? I did not choose these eyes. I was given these eyes. And I did not choose to be. I was given being. And here am I, a contingency among contingencies, trying to understand the universe. Truth is a lofty lover in the sky, inviting us to interpret the words on the page. After finished together, we shall lie, having something beautiful for every age. And maybe the socks I choose this morning will affect the rest of my life.
Oh.
Let it roll like a mighty river, like a mighty river. Let it roll, let it roll, let it flow, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it flow. All right, coming up, we've had me, Austin, Andrew. Coming up is James, Bix, and Candace. So James, get up here. I hump-jacked James' alter ego to do my poem, so here we go. I'm expecting some H.P. Lovecraft crap.
I'm wrong. Sinister Sandy. She started the day crawling out from under her bloody queen-sized bed. A regular person wakes up at 7 or 9, goes to work. Sinister Sandy woke up just after everybody was resting their heads. Midnight, early enough. It is technically the morning, she would say. The bed only looked bloody. She lived with strange people who would make Kool-Aid while playing the moaning game. They had food fights. Sandy appreciated the scraps. Her true lust came from the scary things she made people think. She went outside by opening a window and spitting. Sandy was a blood nymph, scraping her arm on the badly nailed together walls. It was super important. She did that every day. That way, she knew she had been to that one place in the house where she always scrapes her arm. Sometimes there was so much dried blood that hair would stick to it. Weird girl, that Sandy. She spent her days during the night starting firefights. Sometimes she drew stuff with her snot and blue and green Kool-Aid. Oh my. Sandy hates shoes. That's why she nails them to the wall and burns them, puffs the smoke, So what if her invisible friends who live with her don't like it? It's all the rage in sinister Sandyland. Happy clenching fists, wet socks full of kava. She gets by to get high. The rent money is inside the blue glass bottle. It's all pennies from the 20s, worth a fortune. Good times. Cindy doesn't idolize anybody. But Elvis, McLennan, Preston, McCartney. She makes her own celebrities. Draws the news in brown lipsticks. All the mirrors in the house. Sandy is having a blast. Shaking her... Oh my! Shaking her long, boneless body, rubber and funky. She breathes through her mouth. And that's not all. She has a tooth collection. They're mainly comb teeth. She sniffs after murder dancing with the barber in his house. Not at his barber shop. Sinister Sandy is a real go-getter. She knows what she wants to be when she grows up. Tall like a metal pine tree in an antiques roadshow. Sandy argues with her invisible friends when they don't clean up after her. They're so stubborn, she crows. Why, if they're not careful, I might just make some better friends out of cardboard. Or free them from the shopping mall. At least they could appreciate when I make chocolate milk with dirt. So what? I'm poor. I eat what I want to. During the day, I'm a spider. Yeah. And that's why I have to hide. Sandy's had straw-colored hair. She breakdances to sweep the floor. And she don't care who's watching. They might be cute. Maybe plump and greasy. Turn into a spider and crawl into bed where they won't ever want her. That's Sinister Sandy for you, a real go-getter. The sun rises and it's time to crawl under the bed, cuddling up with an empty bottle of soy sauce and some onions. Good night, Sinister Sandy.
Oh my
God! At long last, I found my abandoned child.
You abandoned me?
Wow. You never know what you're going to get at Cush. Live at Cush Cafe comes Carry On! A poetry reading streaming all over the World Wide Web. Why do we ever do that? Because that needs to be heard. And everyone tonight has needed to be heard. And we need to hear some more, so let's keep going. Bix, your orange shirt will terrify our camera. Come on up here, Bix. You're lucky enough to follow Sinister Sandy. You've got all their attention, Bix. Shine.
Clamber to comfort. Like walking through a field of sharp rocks to get a smooth beach so the salt water can sting your feet. I was busy defying demons that did not exist and chasing angels that I couldn't see or
Bix dropping a haiku on us. Bix short and sweet. Yes, you have a 7-minute time limit at Carry On. That's what happens if you go over. No. I'm pretty good about resetting it for everyone. Don't worry, I'm in control. You want to come up here? Get up here, Candace. Candace is a first-timer here. She's been here listening, and now she's talking. Go, girl.
Hi, everybody.
Speak up.
My poem is a letter, and my letter is to you, our fathers and mother. So part 1, it was you or us. As a child, I sat in silence, quietly contemplating the images and inquiries I was forced to endure. The blank stares I provided to my parents while they force-fed me their morals and values showed early on that I was not to be the true byproduct of their pitiful love. Their hopes and dreams of extending themselves via my existence were shattered the instant I found reason to ask for it. Why did you swell up yourselves with false hope and the illusion that I could potentially be something that I simply am not? The mere absence of any absolute virtue and belief have warned you, Father, that I would be attending higher education in the pursuit of something fantastical and magical, the things that as children we are ill-equipped to bear. Language and body, the two most compelling features on this earth, whose constant flux throughout history has left even great Roman emperors on their backs, blasted from the awe of their immense power. Mother, please explain to this man that this was the wisest path for one to follow when one grew up without learning to speak properly, and how to extend your pinky as such every time you raise your water glass. Tell him we are different kinds of animals, and I am the one who will bring about the danger to his life, as all the good little children do to their beloved parents. One day I will destroy him if he should so happen to surprise me like sudden noise echoes in dark caverns. Caves symbolically place him and I into a similar existence, both in the dark and dripping wet with our identical human natures, that one day stare at one another in fear of the other one's ignorance and folly. All children and parents, ladies and gentlemen, are confronted in a cave with one another and forced to decide who will go. Youthful bodies such as ours are more suitable for the long journey through the illuminating hole in the rubble towards the bright sky. We leave our parents there to ponder their imaginary failures, sulk in their make-believe versions of our childhood, while we are saving them by letting them adjust again to the side of themselves that they lost so long ago. And us, poets, readers, writers, musicians, we climbed out and blinded ourselves with beams of sunlight and exposed ourselves to have been small, pale, little creatures with no sense of what is really happening in this vast world we occupy as a species. As our eyes adjust to this light, we will grow into what it means to truly be human by means of body and language, pressing both these capacities to pursue the question of why it matters we be here today, tonight, a multiplicity of emotional baggage, bearing ourselves to strangers and friends, under the stage lights of a cornerstone coffee shop, simply referred to only as Cush.
Awesome! Come here! A wonderful, intimidating debut. Look out for Candace. Come back. Come back. High five. And now we're going with another female. Karen to the stage, please. Karen to the stage. If you want to be seen, you have to be up here. But if you don't care,
You know, you guys who don't know me, you might think I'm reciting something from memory, but
speak up, Karen.
okay, you might think I'm reciting something from memory, but this is all coming right out of me as I speak. And right now, I'm a little dumbfounded, so I have to reflect for a second, and my time is running out. Therefore, when I look at a distance that I could actually measure in some scrutinizing way, I think, well, I'm not sure. You have to forgive me, but I do have to sit down. I'm going to
do what you need, girl.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to try. Right now, I'm a little lost for words. So
What do you feel?
You called me a name tonight. Under your breath, as you hung up the phone, you said, cocksucking, imbecile, or something like that. You're my sister, and I love you, and you're in pain. We were born to a woman who is lost in many ways, and I tried to measure myself through her eyes, which were of love. But the words you spoke tonight cut me as I tried to emerge into some sort of a victorious measure of myself. It hurt. I looked at the prayer flags in the room and I danced my eyes against the vision of flags on the ceiling and I said, I'm not an imbecile. I'm not a mongoloid cocksucker. And why would a lesbian be a cocksucker anyway? You know, I mean, isn't that kind of Buddhist? Well, I try to forgive you, and I do. You're my sister, you're my younger sister. And for the most part, you're the only one who knew me the longest. There are people in my life now. People who don't judge me. People who don't think dirty words about me like I have called myself. And I've used really ugly words to my disadvantage, and I reveled in them in a way because I believed them until tonight. I'm going to have surgery tomorrow. It's not a big deal, but I asked you to drive me home. I'm not looking forward to that. It seems the wheels of my mind turn faster than your automobile, and I break in a moment of awkward awareness, and I think to myself, okay, you're in pain. Why do you hurt me? Why is it you insist on calling me names that I call myself and don't tonight? Do you love me? You used to say you did. And you give me a kiss once in a while and you hug me, but those arms are really not for me. Mine are for you. I suppose they always will be, but you know, I can't go on listening to the voices in my head calling me words like you call me tonight. Well, the day will come when I won't even think anything negative about myself, which would actually cause me to think something negative about you, or you, or you. And, you know, it doesn't work anymore. It's like that reflection that I saw in the mirror this morning. And I talked to God directly then. And I said, you're not ugly. You're beautiful. Why do I hurt you? And then tonight, my sister, she said those words to me. And I don't know why. She doesn't have any friends. And I'm sorry for her. But, you know, my kindness shows to every living creature. The worms, bugs, the butterflies, the cats, dogs, everything that lives. And I write about it on Facebook, and I write how I care, that I'm a vegan, and I couldn't touch the sight of meat. And you said these things to me tonight. And it was as if you were in that slaughterhouse that I imagined. It doesn't make sense. And I forgive you. I tell you now, I love you. I'm sorry you're in pain. I don't want you to hurt me. But you can't tonight. I am loved. And even if I were alone in this room, I would still be loved.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh,
All right, that's Karen doing her Karen thing on the stage at Cush. Carry on. Everyone stand up. Stretch to the sky like you mean it, brothers and sisters. Yeah, go blah, 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 whatever you want to do. Say it now or you forever hold your peace and sit the hell down. I would like to instigate a stretch at every poetry reading in America. My ass gets tired listening to y'all. Why I pace around here at Cush. Also, I can't help but pace around when the spirit of poetry moves me. When you hear me testifying off to the side, I'm not trying to hump-jack your scene. I'm feeling it, brothers and sisters. That is the truth. I am affected by poetry every day. And every time I come to Cush, I say, why do you do this, kid? And right about now in the show, I say, because they're awesome!
Woo!
There's not a poet that's been on stage tonight that has been mediocre, shitty, crappy, or lame. Keep it going. And that's my time. Phil Crow, come on up here.
Oh, Phil, you're right on.
First, a bit of psychedelia to get the evening going. In the laboratory, the white coat pistoleros synthesize spectral alchemy. And for every swath of swatch, the chemical harmonics of Ludwig van peeling skin-flick center flows from the depths of time's volcanic invocation. And these the salesmen with briefcases forged from the ribs of Adam, whose velour waistcoat olive branch gentrification marks miles of nausea, waves of pinnacle hieroglyphic hunger calls of mania. And the pistoleros are shadow self-replicators who are legion because we are legion, the perseverance of On, the wastrels of the right cross uppercut combo to knock the block off a godhead and choreograph figure eight notations from dark side simultaneities who in olden times offered the way through the curtain sweep of undertow, and the only depths that the pistoleros know of kindness is the hand of Babylon that smacked the ripe pearness of their fleshly powdered girth at the opening edge of birth as the cries of monarchy ever and above a room and board democracy and the slanted wings of stormed flight through the sheer round blackness of frankly exposed truth that rhyme trust with musket, and the pistoleros brandish the bayonet of survival for us. So we, in indolence, desire inactivity.
Wow.
All right.
A little bit of hope. What selves we have that any expand. These are the intentions that surface past what point we claimed redemption. These are the stars who hum the collective sigh of the universe, the stars that all mask what levels we become into what skyrocketing greatness that thralls the soul, the one song that in each vein of Indra's net pierces the rubric. What have we intended today? Basking in the sonorous sun-gilt aura of our own becoming, the movement piercing with its subject, with its object, the cracking of the cosmic egg and the yolk that bursts is as resonant as bee song. Now get ready for the plunge, because it's all just a ride, and when gravity reverses the polarity of your being as the bing-bong beat of the soul coalesces in rhythmic superhighways of transcendence, know that many have come before you and many will go again, popping in and out of the macroscope, riding that solution wave. What selves we have that any expand outward forever. And just the only thing that I kind of like. It's a short little opinion. We could have told you the answer to your own riddle the moment you were born. We could have shown you how your life would have ended. Played you all the songs you would have played, strumming and humming the one guitar of life, but you never sang any songs. never drank whiskey, never leapt off the cliff. Instead, you copied and pasted all the details of your life like a collage cut from National Geographic, and when we asked you why, it never occurred to you to answer. Thank you. Well crafted. Stephen.
You're gonna sit down or stand? You're gonna hold the mic or? Stephen has the stage for 7 minutes.
Okay, so one of my performance pieces for you tonight.
One of my personal favorites.
I am a child of the 60s. I grew up with rock and roll, marijuana, and psychedelics.
Oh, right on.
I took my first dose of LSD when it was still legal in 1966. I was 16 years old. I was one of the original hippies on the Sunset Strip in Hollywood in the 60s. When the 80s came, by the time I was 37, drugs and alcohol almost killed me. So I got into recovery, and I have over 26 years clean and sober now. Although I miss drugs and alcohol sometimes, and how much fun it was, I have a good life now. I do not regret it, and I do not take it for granted. I've written a lot about it over the years. I have a book out now about recovery. It took me over 20 years to write, so I'd like to do a poem from that book. Picture a hopeless drug addict, isolated in his loneliness, sitting in a chair, staring out his window, dreaming about a world he cannot participate in, wishing he could find a way out, crying in his lonely desperation. This is called chair dreams. Sitting in my chair, staring out my window, dreaming about all the things I'm gonna do and see and be. You're gonna love me, and it's gonna be the best love ever. If I could just get out of this chair and get it together. Chair dreams, take me here and there. Chair dreams, take me everywhere. Chair dreams seem so crystal clear for a moment, but then they're gone again, and it's just another chair dream. I know I was going to have a hit song in a house in the country, sit in a rocker on my front porch with endless inspiration. I know I was going to paint my masterpiece and write a prize-winning novel, and I remember it sometimes when I'm high enough. But I just can't seem to get out of this chair, can't seem to get motivated to go anywhere. And my dream slips away to the back of my mind, till another day, when the right combination finds my chair dreams. Chair dreams take me here and there. Chair dreams take me everywhere. Chair dreams seem so crystal clear for a moment, but then they're gone again. It's just another chair dream. Sitting in my chair, staring out the window, dreaming about all the things I'm gonna be. You're gonna love me. It's gonna be the best love ever. If I could just get out of this chair and get it together. Yes, chair dreams take me here and there. My chair dreams, they take me everywhere. My chair dreams seemed so crystal clear for a moment. But then they're gone again. And it's just another chair dream. Chair dreams. Take me here and there. Chair dreams. Take me everywhere. Chair dreams. Take me out of here. Chair dreams. Seemed so crystal clear for a moment. But then I'm gone again. It's just another chair dream.
Stay up here. This is interesting because if this is Carry On at Cush in Eugene, Oregon, United States of America in 2014 is about anything, it's about defining the performance dialectic of poetry as you define it. So, Stephen, I've seen this piece a couple times in a number of different venues. No one has ever busted out laughing on you. Have they?
No. People have always taken it real serious.
How was that? Did you feel?
I thought it was very cool because I think there's a looser audience here, people that actually do psychedelics, relate to where I was. They may be there right now, and we're all a part of all of it. And you guys are the most receptive audience and the most able to just
Accept it for what it is.
yeah, and say it how you feel it. And if that's laughing, that's fine. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is a man in possession of his poetry. He don't care if you laugh at it. He don't care if you get off your chair dream. He's telling you about his. And that's all there is to it. His chair dream is his chair dream. Your chair dream is your chair dream. Mine was Carry On at Cush. Thank you. See how I just did that? All right.
And you're doing it for real.
I don't know if I'm doing it. I think my James alter ego took over a long time ago. Sinister Sadie! Sinister Sadie! Look at him doing those creepy hands at me. Oh, he's screaming at me. He got some thunderbolt power. Oh. Are we having fun? Tell the world you're having fun. So it has come that time of night when I must call the last poet to the stage. Yes, I know. That damn timer. Michael, get up here. I'm done.
You want to hold the mic or use the stand?
Go. Brother Michael.
The wickedly benevolent MC. With the stage set, the clock struck 8. Showtime. Up steps the master of ceremonies, fearless leader, alchemist, seer, poet. For those of us who have bear witness to his methodology, there will be a cost. Something wicked this way comes. Exercising our demons, he shares with us his own. We take up the calling, prepared to surrender to the power of spoken word. This isn't a fucking picnic. It isn't a horse and pony show. It's real time, go time, now time. Something wicked this way comes. Performing We gestate, regurgitate, morphing syllables, adjectives, verbs into each other's minds, the mind of canvas we paint on. As our wickedly benevolent MC paces the shadows, lurking outside our periphery. Molding the ethers, he listens for the footsteps of the demons. And something wicked this way comes. Poetic justice, the constable of poetry, the divine interceptor, interpreting the algorithms, he rants. Our words forcing him into contortions, swimming his cerebral vortex, melting his id. He is in his creation. The alchemy influx, the primordial soup, nirvana. Something wicked this way comes. Puppet master, warlock, shaman, clever thief, he ushers us down off the stage. Each of us having fed his insatiable appetite for prose, for blood, sweat, and tears, for the pain of birthing our work. Bemused, maliciously titillated, infused with the lust of word, he beckons another one of us up. And something wicked this way comes. The taunting continues, poking, probing, pushing us to our boundaries, our chests torn open. Reversion, diversion, perversion, he mumbles obscenities from the sidelines. And the gestalt hangs in the air, the tendrils of beta getting caught in his web. Something wicked this way comes. So, there it is. It's all right there. Just how he created it, manipulated it, nurtured it, as if it was his own offspring. And us, the willing puppets, beholding his wicked benevolence, gyrating our libidos for his pleasure. Yes, yes, there it is. The universe is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Something wicked this way went. With the stage set, struck 8, showtime. You've got 7 minutes. If you can fry an egg up on this stage and make it look like poetry, then by all means, get your ass up here.
Are you done?
Seven. Why would you do that to me? Why would you expose my elaborate scheme to these poor people who I'm volunteering? Michael and I go back a long way, and he can say whatever the fuck he wants about me. Dig? And he's right. That's right. Thank you, Michael. And you can say whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't care, as long as you make it awesome. Think I get up here for health? I do! Without this, I would die. Without this, a little part of you would die, because you are bringing it every week up on this stage. I don't do this as much as Michael jests with me. You do, because I'd be a guy in a lonely room, in the darkness, crying alone without you. All right? So we're square. And I don't mean square like that dude, square. We're even square. We are a triangle.
We get you, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that?
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral from James. Give me another word.
Mathematical.
Mathematical.
Incredulity.
Incredulity.
Why?
Why?
Intersection.
Intersection.
Damn it, those aren't shapes.
Oh, we've got a free-form poetry going on. I'm going to miss the crowd. Look out, everyone get out. Fire. That's it for Carry On and Cush. Come back next week. Bring your best. Shine. Eugene, Oregon. Out. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
That was phenomenal.
Dude.